Well, hello, happy day to you. This is Coach Moo. I hope you had a great week. I am used to just jumping right in the word, and that's what I'm going to do again. Our phrase today, our keyword phrase, is build with finesse, that tact, that savviness. Build with finesse. And we'll talk about what finesse means. While I had a good time learning what finesse meant, really deeply understanding what it means. The title for today is Real Success Requires Finesse. Mantra. My field requires finesse, and I must come to terms and build with that fact. My field, it'll make sense when I give you the scripture, requires finesse, and I must come to terms and build with that fact. God never intended for his creation to only work a job that they're paid for, while neglecting what they were, the work that he put them on the earth and made them for. A job is for which you are paid for, and the work God has put you on this earth to do is what you are made for, to bring about success and significance. Simply doing a job to earn a living and never leaving a legacy and never discovering, developing, and deploying your gift in your field of favor is a disservice to a man and also an insult to God. We have to come to terms with understanding that our job is where we cut our teeth, so to speak, where we develop, where we it's a preparatory place. It's a place of provision. It's a place where we learn and hone our skills and get ourselves ready for the work or the field of dreams or favor and fortune that God has put us on this earth to do. But we can't just jump into our field of favor and field of dreams without being prepared. And that's what the job does many times. And then also when you are in that field, I've come to realize that you need finesse in that field work, your life work. Okay, so let's get into it and understand that Proverbs 24:27 talks to that point. It talks about your employment, the first part of it, then it's field work, and then ultimately your construction work when you build that house. So this is what Proverbs 24:27 says. Prepare thou work without, and make it fit for thyself in the field, and afterwards build thou house. What? It took me a long time to bring this word because it's in the original text. It seems like, what is it saying? It really literally it means to do the framework, use the job to prepare you for your work in the field, in someone else's field. That's what outside means. The without means outside work, the job in another person's field. And that should prepare you for your own field of favor and fortune and your field of dreams. But you need finesse there. And what finesse literally is talking about is working skillfully and masterfully and cleverly and also resourcefully handling matters. So when you're in your field or your life work, you need to have finesse, tact, understanding how to maneuver. Is avoid maneuvering. That's what that means. I had to learn that word. Avoid maneuvering. How to maneuver what you know, your skill set, your mastery, your abilities, and being resourceful with that so you can build the house that God has called you to. Jesus said in Luke 16:12, if you're not faithful in another man's house, if you're not faithful to learn and take home those skills that you learned on the job, you won't be able to be ruler of your own field. You won't be great in your field of dreams and fortune and favor. So take that job and use that as a jump off point, but do understand you should not die working in the same field. In the same job. You should be transitioning to your field of favor and fortune and your field of dreams so that man can benefit from what you've been put on this earth to do. And it talks about in Habakkuk 2:2, it says, write the vision. Make it plain upon the tablets, so he that reads it can run. The blueprints is in the vision that God gives you. Build your house, but you got to be faithful on your job. And then when it's time and God is moving you, transition from employment to deployment. He's deploying you out to go in that field of favor and fortune, to go do what you were made to do, not just what you're paid to do. Now, everyone's not called to be an entrepreneur. Some people are called to be entrepreneurs, where they run a whole department within someone else's field, but they still have their own field, because they understand that they're not just doing busy work. They're not just working a job, but they are doing what they were made to do, so that they can have success and significance and improve others' lives while they're improving their own lives. So remember, prepare yourself from without, in other words, on the outside in the job, and make it fit with finesse. What is that? Getting yourself prepared, and savviness and tactfulness and skillfulness and mastering, so that you can be ready to build your own house, your own enterprise. This is Coach Moo. I'm out. Have a great week. Bye-bye.